All right, Cameron, thank you. Now to an NBC 26 investigation, and the CDC says most of us have it in our blood. We're talking about PFAS. PFAS are man-made chemicals, and PFAS are used to make products that resist heat, stains, or water. The state says we can find PFAS in nonstick cookware, stain-resistant carpet, and certain fire-fighting foams. And PFAS can contaminate water. According to the EPA, PFAS can build up in our bodies over time, and studies show increased cholesterol with limited findings connected with infant birth weights, immune system impacts, cancer, and thyroid effects. So with all of that in mind, the DNR within the last year asked more than 100 wastewater plants here in our state to test wastewater for PFAS. Out of those 125 requests, only a handful are in the yes column.
Among those who said no are Appleton's wastewater treatment plant and New Water, which includes Green Bay. Jason Knutson is the DNR's wastewater section chief.
PFAS are used quite ubiquitously throughout society, but they oftentimes stem from industrial sources as the highest magnitude sources of these compounds.
So in general, how much of local wastewater is coming from industry? At New Water, about 30% of their wastewater comes from industry. For Appleton Utilities, it's about 10%. Both utilities declined the DNR's request to test the water that comes in and the water that goes out for PFAS. That DNR request was optional. Doug Oitzinger is the former mayor of Marinette. He is outspoken on the issue of PFAS and health.
The idea is the DNR is asking you to find out, do you have a problem? And next of all, can you identify the source of the problem? We can't begin to fix it if we don't know where it's coming from.
In Appleton, wastewater flows into the plant from homes and businesses. It's treated, and the finished water goes into the Fox River. Also left over is what's called biosolids. The city website says the biosolids are stabilized and nutrient-rich, called a safe and natural agricultural product.
Let's say that this is wastewater. Now, Knutson with the DNR says that PFAS in wastewater generally gets split up between the water that flows back out of the plant and the biosolids left behind. But we don't know if PFAS are flowing into the Appleton plant in the first place because they're not testing for PFAS.
According to an NBC 26 Records request and conversations with farmers or landowners, Appleton biosolids last year were put on more than a half dozen northeast Wisconsin farm properties where crops like corn, soybeans, wheat, or alfalfa are grown. None of the farmers or landowners we reached wanted to talk with us on camera. New Water incinerates its biosolids or sends them to landfill. Treated water from the plant goes to the Fox River. We asked Oitzinger if he'd like to see more utilities agree to the PFAS testing.
I would like to see all of them agree.
Officials from Appleton Utilities and New Water declined our request for an interview. Now, the DNR official you saw in the story told me that identifying the potential sources of PFAS might be even more important than testing for PFAS. So on that front, Appleton Utilities asked nearly a dozen of their industrial accounts about any PFAS products those accounts use. Only one was a clear yes. And New Water says in a statement they will work to minimize the sources of PFAS. You can read more of their statement on NBC26.com.